if you click this video because of the title, give me 30 seconds, at least 30 seconds, and I can explain what I mean when I say Griffith did nothing wrong. All right, my digital duelists, welcome back. We're talking about BT15 dropping relatively soon, and I have decided for the first time in my life I'm doing a sealed event. I'm doing the pre-release, so I'm looking forward to that. That was just the little intro. It's what's gonna inspire me to talk about what I'm talking about here. But then that ties into the whole question. I'm a digituber. What am I doing talking about Berserk and Griffith? Well, like I said, give me 30 seconds and I can explain it to you. So the tagline that I saw for BT15, it was like, face the dark apocalypse with the power of friendship. And I'm like, first of all, yeah, Fairy Tail got something right. Like the power of friendship, man, it's magical. Then it got me to thinking about Berserk because I reread I caught up with the manga again for the first time in like a long time, RIP. Okay, just between you and me, my audience, listen. When I heard that the author died, my first thought was like, oh no, what about the manga? What's going to happen to the manga? Which I think is kind of messed up. Because this is a whole person that, they have friends and family and people that were thinking about them. And here I am thinking, man, what about my manga? Is Griffith going to catch it? Which goes to show that, it's a problem with society, not me. I'm not the issue. I can't be the issue. Because I know for a fact that there are people out there thinking like me too. Okay, if you're watching this video, you're probably one of us. That rubbish aside, face the dark apocalypse with the power of friendship. What even the hell is friendship, right? And then I was thinking about it because I reread the manga, and I think the theme of friendship is what's important in that story. And so that's why I titled this what I titled it, right? Is because Guts and Griffith were the best of friends. And I have to say, like, don't crucify me for it, but like technically Griffith did nothing wrong. Griffith isn't a real character. It was created by somebody, which means it's the author's fault. But no, that cop out aside. It's like Griffith existed as Griffith, and then there was, the eclipse. Then it wasn't Griffith anymore, right? It was Femto, which is a little suspicious, femboy Griffith just gets called Femto, like, ayo. But that aside, so what was Griffith's real crime? Right, like, he accepted the deal, the sacrifice, which he was technically coerced into doing, right? Griffith hesitated. This is important. And then, the God Hand does their little thing, whatever. However, yes, Femto still has to catch it. Like, 100% getting killed. But Guts isn't innocent. That's the important part. The entire events of the Berserk series would not have happened if Guts wasn't so selfish as to not realize that he was already Griffith's equal. Right? Griffith already considered him his friend. Right? Just because you're working beside him doesn't mean you're beneath him. And I think Guts forgot that, which is why that seems to be a common theme where it's like, oh, did I lose something precious to me that I didn't even realize that I had? After Guts left, right, the one person that made Griffith forget his dream, Griffith said, man, I'm going to do some self-destructive rubbish. And he did. He committed to his self-destruction, right? He probably wanted to get caught with Charlotte. Now, then guy gets tortured for a whole year, blah, blah, blah. It's easy to sit on like a high horse and be like, oh, Griffith, how could you kill your comrades? Man, you guys ever get like a splinter? You know how much that hurts? Like, the idea of that should hurt. Imagine being tortured for a year, right? No hope, no escape, nothing. Yeah, so sure, he sacrificed all his comrades to get his dream. Guts did the same thing. He sacrificed his comrades for his dream, which was to be Griffith's equal. He left them all behind. Because he did that, it created the events of the manga that we now read and love. Because Guts and Griffith were the best of friends, that they could also be the best of rivals. They challenged each other to be better, right? Griffith makes the point, is like, do I need a reason to put my life on the line for you? And Guts just threw it away like it was nothing because he didn't see it. Griffith wanted his kingdom. Question is, what are you willing to sacrifice to get what you want? Because, you have to make sacrifices. and he sacrificed his gang, you know, his little merry band of mercenaries. Then there was that whole thing that Femto did after. Yeah, like let's just breeze over that, okay? I can play devil's advocate for basically anything, but there's certain lines that you just don't cross. And for that, Griffith has to catch it. But is that really Griffith at that point, right? Like, this is the new reborn, cosmic power infused version of Griffith? So is it really the same Griffith? I don't know. I think Griffith died the day Guts left the Band of the Hawk. I think that's when Griffith died. And everything that we're seeing after is now just a different person. So yeah. Long story short, Guts is the problem. Griffith was just some dude who had a dream, like Martin Luther King, you know? Wow, I really probably shouldn't say that. I probably shouldn't say that. But Griffith was just a guy with a dream, and he was honest, right? He told them from the beginning, he's like, hey, you're gonna follow me, and I'm gonna pick the place for you to die. They knew what they were signing up for. What did he do wrong? Everything Femto did is different, okay? Femto's gonna catch it. 100%. That's different. That's different. Griffith technically did nothing wrong. Okay, technically. It was really Guts' fault. Right? If he stayed with a band, Griffith would have had his kingdom, but then we wouldn't have had this great story. So honestly, I don't think any of them did anything wrong. If anything, we should blame the writer for creating a story like this and then deciding to die. Wow. You know what? Yeah, I said it. I'll double down on that. Blame the writer. Okay? These characters aren't real. I also made notes, again, because there were things I wanted to talk about. Yeah. I guess I talked about it, right? Friends. Friends. Man, friends are so important. And it's so weird because it's like you don't even know how to make good friends, like how to make great friends. How do you find great friends? You can't solo the world. It's just not possible. It sucks though, because it would be a lot easier if you could solo it, but turns out you do have to depend on people. The hard part is finding people to depend on. Like Griffith depended on Guts. And Guts decided to leave. Just saying. I'm just saying, bro. Just saying, you know? And I think that's the beautiful part about like great characters, a great story. It's that you can actually sit there and really try and understand their motivations. Griffith, on the other hand, I can't really say that. If you say that the Griffith that exists now is the same as the Griffith that exists before, then no, I can't support that. But I don't really think it's the same Griffith, obviously, because there was that scene in the manga, obviously spoilers, whatever, when Rickard is like, yo, look, the crest is different than it was before. The wings are a little different. I think that's symbolic. It's not the same Griffith, even though the shell is the same. The Griffith that everyone knew, the Griffith that everyone followed, died when Guts left. The Griffith that we're dealing with now isn't the same Griffith. So yeah, in that vein, then I can say that Griffith version 1 did nothing wrong. Right? He had his dream, he had a goal, and he didn't lie to anybody. Stuck with it. Then, Guts leaves him and he goes off the deep end, kind of loses his sanity and does some things where I'm like, no, bro, I can't back you on this one. So yeah, Griffith version 2, that guy has to catch it. That guy's catching it. That's not even Griffith. That's like that's Femto, bro. Like that's a totally different person. Looks the same, but is a different person. Anyway, that was my video essay in defense of Griffith. Oh my goodness, man. He told his people, hey, your lives are mine. So I guess that also goes to show you, don't follow a guy who says he's going to pick the place for you to die, because he might literally mean it. He might actually mean it. Hey, you're dying here now. All right, there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed that little bit of insanity and the rambling. tasks that I went on. Me defending Griffith, which, you know, I'd like to think I performed a successful defense. Besides that, man, hopefully I see y'all in the next one.